Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. I wanted to go ahead and make a video and really just be honest with you guys, talking about if I quit Redbuble, Teepublic, etc. So I kind of wanted to go over this. As you could see, I'm not logged in here on pretty much every single site that I have here, and I'll just kind of be honest and upfront. A lot of people are hoping that I quit these sites, and the answer is absolutely not. I didn't quit Teepublic, I didn't quit Redbuble, I didn't quit Zazzle, I didn't quit Society6. In fact, there are some sites where I actually turned up the heat and did more because I had more time. And kind of let me kind of give you guys a glimpse of kind of a summary of what's been going on over the past few years. So, in the beginning of this whole entire kind of journey for me, I had a Merch by Amazon account, and I did pretty much nothing with it in the beginning. And I had Redbuble and Teepublic, and I was focusing on those. Some point down the line, I started focusing more on Merch by Amazon, and I focused on Merch by Amazon only after I had started to really move the needle on Redbuble, Teepublic, and Zazzle. At this point in time, haven't really had a Society6 account, never really got into it. And somewhere along the line, I started to do really well in Redbubble. And when I say somewhere along the line, I'm not acting like it was some sort of mystery or it was by luck. It was very intentional. I worked very, very, very hard for it. I could tell this kind of story, but I've said it again. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Like a small summary. Basically, I was doing well on and off on Redbubble, kind of clearing anywhere between $500 to $1,000 a month. Nothing too crazy. And then I got into a point where the sales started to go down. I didn't know why they were going down, but I knew that there was an opportunity of money to be made. At this point in time, I haven't really put that much energy into the business. So I tried to figure it out. I booked an Airbnb for about a month or 2 months, something like that. I only stayed for about a month. And I basically only focused on Redbubble for that period of time. Focused on perfecting my craft, focused on getting better at designing, learning the algorithm, testing the algorithm in every kind of way, trying to literally break certain Redbubble accounts to see what's wrong, what's right. And I learned a lot during that period of time. And through that period of time, I, just started learning. And after truly learning the craft, I then started to hire virtual assistants, working on it myself, making all kinds of money doing it, hiring virtual assistants and training them to do the same thing for me. Like I said, Redbubble at the time was something that I was completely obsessed over. I took the same effort and energy, and I took the designs that were pretty much all making me money, and I put them on Teepublic as fast as I possibly could. I did very well my very first month on Teepublic. I think I had over $1,000 in earnings. It was once again a dream for me as a seller, because I hadn't had that much success on my first month anywhere, and it was well over 1,000. It was like 1,500 or 1,400, and then pretty much after that, it was years and years of just getting better, working on the platforms, and just building up the catalog. There was nothing else really to it. And in the meantime, I was working on Zazzle. Prior to Society6's, purge, about 2 years prior, is when I started to attack Society6. And I use the word attack because, make no mistake, for me, using these business models are very much like a war. It's like a competition. Now, I know when people hear that, they might sort of cringe a little bit. They might think, what the hell is this guy talking about? Why is he acting like this? Or why is he saying these kind of things? And really, that's the way I view a lot of different businesses, is it's very much like a battle or like a war. And I'm going as hard as I possibly can towards, these businesses. And a lot of the times, that energy comes out in these videos. And a lot of you guys kind of like that. I mean, some of you don't, but some of you do. You like that energy that I have, or this passion of trying to win, trying to desperately win towards a certain business model. And, in that meantime, working on Society6, I had some Etsy here and there, doing some Etsy. And I kind of developed a skill set for Etsy where instead of just creating a whole bunch of products, I really, really focused on the keyword research aspect. and tapped into the sales that I was generating organically. I realized that I didn't really have to pay for ads. I didn't really have to do any kind of social media marketing for Etsy. And it was all pretty much just organic at that point in time. And it was really good, actually. Now, a few years down the line, still working really, really hard on all these platforms, generating literally as much as I could in my time off working on them. I was notified of the Society 6 purge. Now, a year prior to Society 6 purge, I had 2 virtual assistants working on Society 6, and I didn't know there was going to be a purge. I just knew that I was generating higher profit margins on Society 6 than something like a Redbubble or a Teepublic. Now, in terms of quantity, I got a lot of sales on Teepublic, a lot of sales on Redbubble. And it was a lot. It really was a lot. But the margins were higher on Society 6. A lot of people were buying wall art type products. So it doesn't have to be a poster. It could be, whatever. There's a lot of different products. These glass boxes, I've sold them. In my mind, I don't know who on earth would buy them, but hey, I sold them. So I was willing to sell pretty much anything, and I did. With that being said, it's been a lot of time since. And somewhere in between, I think maybe 3 years ago, I started to get involved in stock photography. I told this story on my free stock photography lessons. So if you go to superstockai.com, which is the place where I hold my Superstock course, I have a little freebie that you can log into, which is the introduction to the course that you can watch completely for free, where I talk about how I was going out there taking pictures, and I had, basically shaved my head bald, and I went out one day into the sun, took a whole bunch of photographs that day, came home, and I was sunburnt more than ever on the top of my bald head. And the reason why I tell you this story is because that was the day where I basically stopped doing the whole stock photography thing. Now, I had, maybe a few thousand collection of images making money here and there, but when AI kind of emerged, AI images, immediately it came to me. I knew that stock photography was, with AI, the way to go. I was just waiting for the green light for different companies to say that, hey, we'll accept stock photography. And so I went down that road, and you could actually trace back some of my videos to, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, where I mentioned, using certain stock photography or AI tools for stock photography. In fact, there's a video that I have about, a year and 4 or 5 months old, where I mentioned that these certain type of images, I was using them for stock photography at that point already. And I actually mentioned this in the 10 videos or 12 videos that I provide for free in the introduction. And I actually showed one of those videos. And I showed the people commenting how they were all requesting to know more information about that business model. At that point in time, like I said, it was a year and a half ago, year and 6 months ago, year and 4 months, whatever. People were requesting, I want to see more content. I just wasn't fully comfortable because I felt that I hadn't mastered the craft yet. And I don't want to speak on things I don't master, so I just didn't talk about it. And later down the road, here we are, and I'm working on it every day. So like I said, the question is, have I quit Teepublic and Redbubble and, all these other sites for stock photography? The answer is absolutely not. I've been extremely, extremely blessed to be able to get into some of these businesses many years ago. And now I have a huge collection of images that are truly generating me income on a yearly basis. I'm not going to say on a daily basis because not every single image sells on a daily basis every day. But every year, pretty much every single one of my images sell at least once. And I have images that sell multiple times a day, whether it be on Redbubble or Teepublic. And I have images that sell maybe 2-3 times every 3 days, right? And I have some images that sell, once a week. And then some images sell once every 4 months, once every 2 months, whatever the case may be. So obviously I have that range where some sell a lot every day and some don't. Some don't sell as much, But generally most of my images sell every single year, right? I think there's very, very few that don't sell for that year. My point is that I've been very blessed, like I said, to have a collection of all these kind of, you could say a catalog, collection, whatever you want to call it, of all these different income generating assets on these sites. And instead of stepping off the gas for one site or another, I've decided to actually step on the gas. In fact, I think from January to about April is when I went super, super hard on Teepublic. And I created an extra account. I was posting there. I was posting on other accounts as well. On my Redbuble, I haven't really created that many new accounts. I've been just sporadically adding to the different accounts because, as you know, I have many accounts on there. And I get comments every now and again where people say, oh, you can only have one Redbuble account. That's not true at all. I've had many accounts for a very long time. And what I do, instead of like uploading, like I said, 30 images to one account, I'll upload 5 to this account, 2 to this account, 1 account, something like that. I'll sporadically add from different accounts. But it's not as intense as it used to be. If you guys remember when I used to upload to Redbuble, right? I used to be so intense with it, I would upload myself 60 images a day, every day. And I would open up a new store every month. That was the golden era for me. I remember how, and when I say it was golden era, not just for the income, right, that it has generated, because it did generate a lot of income. It was a golden era in terms of the spirit that I had towards the business, towards the push. And I still have a very positive spirit towards Redbubble. I know some people do and some people don't. The reality is there's a lot of creators out there who hate on the platform because they might feel like they've been slighted, or they might feel that they've been attacked by Redbubble. But at the end of the day, everybody has their own personal experiences, and there are platforms where, trust me, I've been banned. But it's not something I like to worry about. I don't like to worry about the negativity. I just like to focus on the positivity. So to answer anybody's question who's curious, do I stop just uploading to Redbubble now because I'm busy uploading to Adobe Stock and Vecteezy and FreePic? The answer is absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, a lot of the images that I can create on something like Adobe Stock, with certain settings, certain things that are changing, I can utilize them within Teepublic. I could utilize them within Redbubble. I could even more utilize them within Society6. There's a lot of things that kind of intertwine. And that's kind of the beauty about this business, is if you're listening to this and you do print on demand, or if you do stock photography, they're actually very much intertwined. They're very much connected in a way. You can create a vector type image of a logo or something, and you could use it for Teepublic. You can use it for Redbubble. If you're creating an image, right, like almost like a photograph or something, you can use that for Society6. You can use that for Redbubble as well. Like I said, it's versatile, very versatile. If you're creating different elements, things that you can use, parts of an image, you can use them for Zazzle. There are different pieces that play parts in all these different sites, and you can mash it all together and really decrease the amount of work by increasing the output, right? So, when you increase your output, what you're really doing is you're killing 2, 3, 4 birds with one stone, per se, So, like, you create an image on, on Midjourney or Leonardo AI. Maybe you upload it to a stock photography site. You sell it as a vector or as an image or SVG, whatever, on Etsy, right? You take that image, maybe add it with other images, combine it, whatever it is, put it on Society6, however you want to set it up. Set it up as an element on Zazzle and utilize it in other creations of various images on Zazzle. You can upload it to different products where it's maybe an all-over print. Maybe you create it into a pattern, whatever, on Redbubble. Use it as an element for a design in a Teepublic t-shirt. Or not even just t-shirt, but like literally anything. I don't know why I said t-shirt, but literally anything, right? So you can multiply your income by doing almost less effort, less mental effort of like thinking, okay, I got to do this for this site, this for that site, this for that site. You could kill a few birds with one stone. And I don't want people to believe that just because you're working on one thing that you can't work on another. They can be mutually beneficial to you, right? Simultaneously. And that's kind of just what I want to share. It's not too much advice. I know that there are people who are probably thinking in their head, oh, he must have quit this or must have quit that. And the reality is, I told you guys this before, if something is generating income for me or for anyone, not just me, but if something is profitable for someone, they're not going to just walk away from it, unless it's not profitable. But once again, there's no reason for me to walk away from Redbubble. There's no reason for me to walk away from Teepublic or any of these sites. If you guys want the guidance that I give to my virtual assistants on these kind of things where they work for me and they listen to certain videos and such, I have them all on my website. If you go to autopilotpassiveincome.com, which is the name of our YouTube channel, let me actually pull it up here. Autopilotpassiveincome.com. I have these 4 sections here where you get to pick your path for print on demand. Redbubble SEO, Teepublic complete course, Zazzle tag course, POD design course. There are different courses here that you can access that I provide, like I said, to my virtual assistants as training for them to go out there and do work for me, right? So if I have people that are going to work for me on Redbubble, I need to make sure that they're going to know how to tag, how to title. I need to make sure that they know everything about the site to at least perform for me on a certain level. So if you want to know that information, I'll leave all the various links in the description. I'll leave the stock photography course or free lessons that you can access. I'll leave all that content in the description box down below. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon. All right. Peace out. Bye.